stay in that department, or that province rather. The Social Development Department has dispatched a team to investigate the eviction of KwaZulu-Natal flood victims from a Transnet building. There's been an outcry over living conditions and overcrowding in shelters since the April floods, and that's led to some people just invading buildings, finding a better place to live in. Our reporter Lethiwe Mdluli has been following the story, and she joins us now from Durban. So, Lethiwe, I know that the United Nations is now involved in helping. Victims have also been sharing their frustrations about what they've been going through. What have they told you?
Well, Sally, I actually caught up with some of the victims that escaped from the shelters and tried to find better spaces by invading the Transnet building. And they have gone back to the shelters that they were previously living in because on Monday, unfortunately, they were evicted from their Transnet building in Montclair. And the frustrations are growing every day because they are saying that these places are overcrowded and they need the government to intervene and also provide them with answers, because 4 months ago in April, when the floods took place, they were promised that they were going to be built temporary housing units, and then after they will be placed in better housing. But none of that has happened so far. We do know that over 6,000 people are in these shelters, and so far we do know that only about 800 temporary housing units have been built by government, which is not a lot. And also majority of these people are living in these shelters, and the government is not actually coming to them and telling them exactly what's going to happen moving forward. So the frustrations are growing. When I visited the Yellowwood Park shelter yesterday, I saw why people are so frustrated with living there, because it's overcrowded, they have children, they don't have privacy. One of the reasons why these victims also invaded that Transnet building was because of the privacy issue, saying that they don't have a quiet place where their children can study, or where they can just have a safety nest, if I can call it that. So it's very frustrating. And I saw that the place is overcrowded. There's a lot of people in the room, and unfortunately, there are no answers being provided to these people. And when I spoke to one of the victims who actually was evicted from the Transnet building on Monday, unfortunately, they lost a lot of their belongings during that eviction because they were taken by surprise. This is what she had to say.
Abantu bakhishelwe ngaphandle nezimpahla zabo. So mase kufika ummeli ebanikeze iletha kwathiwa iletha ifike late ubona. So kwase sesiphumile kwakusangabi nawo ummeli nawe angabi nayo choice, sazama ukuthi basifunele ama truck ukuthi sibuyele endaweni zethu. Okusiphathe kabuhlungu kakhulu thina la Yellowwood, sithe masifika la besihlala khona ehall sangaphatheka kahle ngoba sigcine sisabantu abalala eminyango singavulelwa ngaphakathi. Ilokho kusiphathe kakhulu kabuhlungu kuze kwangenelela amaphoyisa nabantu baka disaster emini singenela ngaphakathi ngo2. Office lokho sifikile ubusuku bonke silele eminyango sivalelwa abantu abahlala la ngaphakathi bethi abasasifuni ukuthi sibuyele ngaphakathi abaphephile.
I mean, you know, this is just such an awful story. Never mind losing your home in April, devastating enough in itself. Then you're in a hall with promises from government that they're going to help you. They haven't been able to help you. You take matters into your own hands. You're then shunted back to that original hall and you're treated badly. I mean, it's absolutely heartbreaking. You have also been keeping an eye on a meeting of the Committee on Flood Disaster Relief. What are they going to do about this?
Well, Sally, it doesn't look like government actually has a plan, to be honest, because during that committee meeting in Parliament today, various departments shared what they've been doing so far to help these people. And we did find out that only 800 temporary housing units have been built since April. There's 6,000 people in the shelters, and 760 people, or about 760 people, have been moved to these TRUs. But that's not enough, because majority of these people are still stuck in these shelters. Also, we did find out from the DG of Social Development, Lethiwe Mdluli, who was sharing their presentation during that meeting in Parliament today earlier on, that around December, the government in KZN, along with the municipality of eThekwini, are planning to close down these shelters. But they are planning to shut them down with no actual plan in place. as to where these people are going to go. And when you look at the time from April to now, it's been 4 months and only 800 of these TRUs have been built. Majority of these people are still stuck there. This is exactly what the flood victims have been saying. They even went to the city hall about a month ago where they protested outside demanding answers from the deputy mayor of eThekwini and the officials of eThekwini as a whole. They were then told that they were going to be provided with answers within 48 hours, but after 48 hours, nothing happened. And today, during the committee meeting, the DG for Social Development shared a lot of issues that they are facing in terms of moving these people. They are saying that they are constrained when it comes to funds. There's also issues with the TRUs finding suitable land to build these TRUs. There's a lot of administration that has not been taken care of, and it doesn't seem like government actually has a plan. But in terms of the people that were evicted from the Montclair Transnet building, they did say that they are aware that has taken place, and they are hoping that they will investigate the issue, have meetings with Transnet, and then meet up with the victims and find a way forward. They are saying that the matter is still under investigation. While sharing during the meeting, this is what the DG for Social Development had to say.
My team is on the ground as we speak right now, going to the Transnet shelter that has been closed. I've been talking endlessly to the DG of Public Enterprises about this matter and Transnet, and I wanted to ask what were the reasons, what is the status quo, and as soon as the team comes back from that shelter today, we will give you a full update on that Transnet shelter. Even last night, I've been on the line talking to the DGs and the colleagues at Transnet, finding out what is the context around this.
It's absolutely astonishing because right from the get-go there were concerns from these communities that they would be left with no proper shelter. And there was great talk about money coming, that there would be enough money because it was a disaster, and it just seems to have completely faltered from what you're telling us. It's a shame, it really is, and I think it's absolutely shameful. Thank you so much. Such an important story for us to keep tabs on. Thank you very much. That's our reporter in KwaZulu-Natal, Lethiwe Mdluli.